Hey there, pizza dogs. It's Z here, and I'm excited to welcome you back to another episode of Vanilla Vista, our beginner-friendly City Skylines series. Today, we're furthering our industrial footprint and expanding our city to prep our wallets for a downtown expansion coming soon. In this episode, we'll be diving into a range of game-changing projects. First up, we're venturing into the realm of energy as we build a whole new oil industrial area. But that's not all. We're also shaping brand new housing neighborhoods designed with care to cater to the diverse needs of our growing population. Education is also a top priority, so we'll be creating a dedicated school district for the kids. And what's a vibrant city without some shopping? Join me as we set up shopping malls that will be the heart and soul of our commercial zones. Lastly, we're introducing an exporting train depot to boost our city's economy and set the stage for a prosperous trade. So, let's get those cranes and bulldozers ready and join me on this journey as we continue to shape our city. Welcome to episode 4 of Vanilla Vista. Okay, here we are where we just left off in the last episode, where we hit the big town milestone, which unlocks a ton of our policies as well as our high density commercial zoning, residential zoning, and office zoning. So that's really awesome for like late game when we start to build more of a downtown, which will eventually be over in this area. I think what I wanted to do is basically boost up our final income before we start to do some major work with our downtown and everything over here. So what I want to do is we have a tile available to purchase. So on the bottom left, we go back to our areas. We can kind of see what tiles we have available. So I'm going to zoom out here and look at our tiles options. I want to get some oil production going so that way we can have all of our factories and our unique factories basically going, because the last two industrial areas that we don't have is the forestry and the oil. So I would like to get the oil, everything set up and squared away. So I think what I'm going to do is anticipation is I'm debating buying between this tile and this tile to basically get access to that oil. My thinking though is if I buy this tile, it's good because it's near our other production areas, but the downside of that is that we're gonna be then in a tight spot for our traffic. Our traffic's gonna, 'cause right now our highway system is all the way over here, and if we build out further down here, my worry is that this is gonna get really backed up with all the truck traffic and residential traffic going to these jobs. So my thinking is actually we spread this one out and we build in this one. We're gonna take a gamble on this and see how it goes, but this way we now have this whole area. We can also potentially make a better intersection for our highway over here. There's a few things that I don't love about the base thing that we can probably fix later on. But for now, I might just leave that and wait until we can buy this tile, because then once we buy this tile, we'll have access to this whole area to get to access to these. So with that said, for now, let's just buy this, and then we're going to bring out a road from here all the way over there so we can kind of get that squared away and get that set up. So let's just get to let's do a dirt road for now. And extend this out all the way over. So now we're in our oil zone. And then we're going to paint our district, our industry district, and now you can see where the oil is at. And we'll just go broad for over here for now. Obviously, we can always extend this or change this later, but for now, we'll do that. So we can now select our industry building, our oil industry, and we'll just plop it right here at the entrance off of this main road, right over here. Nice. So now we've unlocked the base options for our oil industry. And we're gonna have to run water and power right here. I'll do that here in a second. But before we do that, let's look and see what our options are. We can let's bring just a few roads out. And we're just gonna pile on all of the oil extractors. Just get as many as we can. Get tons of money. This will be super good just to knock all this out. Okay. And we're gonna come back up. And let's see what the width of let's see, that's a production building. Let's see these are storage. This is what we want. How deep does that go? Let's put that there temporarily so that we can put this road here. And then is this going to be too wide? Yeah, okay. So we need to come down just a little bit more to account for these extractor. So let's go like right about there. Let's see that. Perfect. Okay, so let's get rid of all this. And then from there, we'll bring this road over. Have 2 container holders for that, the storage units. And then we'll have our production plant on the other side over here. And same with here. We'll just put a little exit here, only just because if for whatever reason a truck gets down here, we want them to be able to turn around. Actually, we can probably just get rid of all this solid road. That's fine. Okay, now let's get the water and power all the way out here. Yeah, it looks like our water and sewer is getting a little bit low, so I might also just quickly go bump that up and let's just double up our, add another few production. We'll add some water extraction and then our sewage as well. Just so we don't have to worry about that like right now. Cool. And then the other thing I would double and check is our policies for our industrial areas. I always want to make sure improved logistics and our safety's on. Those are just 2 good little bonuses to have. Yeah, it looks like we forgot to put it on there. I think this one had it. Oh, this one was missing one of them. Okay, so those are all set. We have all those done. And I think just to be safe too, so we don't have, well, we have this kind of little neighborhood right here. Let's also build us a small little neighborhood right off of this road as well, just so we have some workers also out in this area. We don't want to get too close to that highway because it might be kind of get some sound pollution stuff, which we don't want. Nothing wild, and then we'll put, oh, and we already hit level 2 really quickly. We'll go back to that in a second. Just finish building up this neighborhood because we're going to need the workers here. Our residential demand is already through the roof, so let's get that balanced out a little bit. Okay, now we have water, and let's just put like a park or 2 so we have some reason for people to come out here and live out here. Let's just do a little dog park here on the corner. Oh. And maybe over here, the little small playground. And then from there, let's zone all this. I'm purposely not going to go on this zone on this road, so it's just going to go as far as I don't want to zone on the main road, just on these little side roads. So purposely going to leave these undone so that houses don't grow off of this main road. That'll be the good way to do it. Okay, so we'll have housing out here. And then we already hit level 2 really quickly with our oil. So let's look and see what we can also do. So we can get barracks going for our people to live at. So let's see here. What can we do? Let's bring a road just a little bit further than what we had. Let's do like, I want to kind of keep it in the oil area. So let's bring this road out. And then let's look and see what we can do. Let's just plop just a lot of housing down. Fantastic. So we have lots of barracks now for our workers. And then we also now have these small oil pumps. Or no, sorry, the medium ones, the oil drills now. We can plop a few of those there. That'd be good. And then we had the sludge. Now we need the plastics processors. Let's put that all in the processing side here. Only one there and maybe one over here. Getting those, it all has water. Great. And we can also do is kind of like what we did on the other side. We'll just put like a little fence down just to signify you're going into an area with the oil industry, you know? And make it feel like more like an entrance. Cool. So that should already start producing pretty quickly. Yeah, we're already about to hit the next milestone, how fast that goes. We're importing. We don't want to import those. We want to make sure that we have enough extractors to not import anything. Cool. And then we should also do is just add a few businesses out here. We don't want people all the way out here to have no available place to shop or get some goods. So let's get rid of all of that. Let's have a few little shops in here. Such places for, and I'm going to speed it up to 3x so that we kind of get going in speed. And let's do this to a road. And again, we already hit level 3. It's pretty crazy how fast that goes. Let's look and see. Now we can do a large oil pump. So let's get some large ones going. And we also have some more storage. Let's put storage right next to our processing. And we do have issue with, looks like trash, probably because it's all the way out here. It might just be kind of far. Yeah, our trash is all the way this. Why don't you put like one little recycling center, a part of our system here? Let's plop that maybe right. Yeah, at the end here, it's fine. One thing I also want to knock out real quickly, there's a small adjustment I wanted to make. It looks like our production is a little bit low on our ore. So what I wanted to do was fix just a little bit of a layout here. Let's pause this. Let's move this road, bring this out. What I wanted to do was move this over here. That's our maintenance building. Bring that over. Then I wanted to add another giant, I think that's for metals. Yeah, for metal, I believe. Yeah, export metal. And then put in some more production. So let's see how that bumps things up a little bit to just get some more production going. Maybe one more. So here's our oil, hit level 4. Again, you can do these pretty quickly like this. Just look at the oil. We now have our maintenance building. That may be over here. I almost want to get rid of some of these and opt in for the larger production ones. I feel like it might be more efficient just to have the large ones. Let's go back to our ore. Here we are. So we're getting lots of ore made. I think we have now a few more, last few buildings that we unlocked. So we can do this big boy over here for extraction. That kind of fills all this area out. And then what we probably can do is finish fencing this off now. We never really finished that before because we weren't really fully sure where the final part was going to be. We'll just kind of bring this around. Maybe a few rocks as well. Just do some very basic light detailing here. Make it feel like it's an ore area. So just a little bit of I don't know, nothing crazy, but just little rock features make it feel like, again, that was a area that had a bunch of ore in it. Kind of makes it feel a little bit, like it matches a little bit more. Little minor details I think helps connect those dots a little bit more. I'm thinking what we do now is why that kind of builds out. We get to level 5 there. Why don't we do like a little shopping center kind of right here? I think it might be kind of a nice place. Makes sense to me to have kind of some tourism and shopping over here, only because like right off the highway, people could see it. Let's slow down the traffic a little bit. And you could be able to see the shopping district from the highway. So if we track different shops from the drivers, they'd see the shops and be like, oh yeah, I want to go shop over there. And then for the residents, it's kind of right off the highway, so it's really easy for like importing, exporting goods, etc. So let's take a stab at having a little of a shopping district here. I think what I'm going to use also is the shopping not the DLC, but the creator pack that I believe they had. Let's look and see what the buildings are. I think those are in unique buildings, in the content creator packs. Yeah, the shopping malls. Yeah, this is great. So we get a lot of options in here, you know, everything from a grocery store to like a large grocery store to an open air mall. So I'm thinking we do like kind of a mix of like a mall slash grocery kind of area. So let's think about this. Let's go. Why don't we bring it off at this road? So off this road, we kind of have a little back area. And then just for purposes of seeing how deep it goes, let's plop one down. And we'll plop this here. So I think now I'm going to switch it to face the other way. So that's kind of the back entrance. So what don't we do is make that a little service road. Have an industrial road to make it look a little different. And then this is kind of our nice front entrance that you could, you know, see off the highway. And then in the front of it, the other side, my thinking is we'd have, and again, these are unique buildings, which I don't absolutely love, but it's just one thing that you can't sadly put more than one mall here. So that's okay. Let's put our phase 2 over here. It's kind of like the two sides of the mall. And actually, because of that, let's bring this road back to make it look like that's kind of connected. But then on this one, have this be a nice little kind of a tree way with like walking paths. Something like that, you know, look a little nicer. Have this have a little turnaround at the end. Be a little dirt path. Fantastic. And then on the other side, what I was thinking we'd do is kind of, this would go straight. And then we could have some parking. So in our parking areas, have some various parking lots. And then we could have a little other grocery store right here. So you kind of have the grocery store by the mall. Again, having all this parking here. And then we'll have a little pathway, a little biking path right next to it. And then what we'll do also is on this side, we'll have a little neighborhood, just a small little, again, nothing crazy, but just a little neighborhood that's kind of next to the Now we have a more neighborhood for more residential. Then we also have a nice little shopping district here. Also just put some organic growable shops as well in here. Shopping. Just feel alive. And then we'll put all of our housing in here. Cool, so we have tons of housing area. It's going to build in pretty quickly, as well as our shopping district there. What is all this? This is all oil. Where are they trying to go to? They're trying to go the other direction. Okay. That means we probably need to hook up this so that way they're not bogging up our traffic over here. So let's just go over here and then add a connection to all this. Now they'll come this way instead of going the other direction, I hope. We should just not see people coming all the way across the bridge and going up and over that way. We want them to get on the highway over here. We might need a little school over here. Let's see here. Yeah, our schools are pretty spread out. So why don't we build like a little kind of neighborhood school system right here? This would be nice. So let's get a road going. We're gonna we'll do all the schools. So we'll do a little elementary school. And then maybe next to the elementary school, we'll have a little parking lot. And we'll pause the game. Actually, we'll go to 1 speed. It'll be fine. So we'll have a little parking lot on one side, and on the other, we'll do like a little playground for the kids. Small playground here. It's fine. And then what I'm thinking we do is bring this over, and then next to the high school, let's put like a high capacity high school, like a bigger school. It might be too big. How does this one feel? It feels like about relative size. Okay, we'll do that one, and then what we'll do is we're gonna bring this over, and then we're gonna have is there like football field and all that kind of stuff for the stadium. Could do like a baseball field. Let's do this. Let's bring this out, and let's do like a baseball field in the corner. And let's see if they have a soccer field, community field, suburban American football. What's the difference of these ones? Let's see what these look like. I just want to see the difference. This one's kind of more of like a stadium versus a little community field. Let's do the more of the stadium looking one. We'll bring that over. I like to do these little turnarounds like that, so yeah, people can kind of get off and on. I'll use these turnaround. It's kind of nice. This, let's get some power, some water. Oh, nice. Our oil has hit level 5. Cool. There's the cracker plant. So that's gonna be making, yeah, good. Look at everything. It's gonna be pretty efficient. How's everything else over here looking for these industries? Oh, we lost power over here somehow? Oh, we're just low on power. Okay, so let's just add another power plant. Easy fix. Pop that down by our other one over here. Let's bring this road and connect it there. Nice, we have a nice little school district here. This probably should be a light, I would say. At this point, it's busy enough, and let's make sure that part of the traffic stops. The school. We're getting some tourism, not too much, but a little bit. People coming in. I don't love these buildings coming in looking this large over here. So one thing we can do here. Oh, I just broke a connection of power here. I guess it doesn't actually matter. But one thing we can do, just a note, is when you find a building like this, like that's the right size, right? This building, what we can do is we can make it a historical building. So that way, even when it levels up, it won't change its size. So I'm gonna do the same thing with these. I'm gonna delete them, and then when they pop in smaller, I'm gonna put them as a historical building so they stay that size. So like here, that's a nice little business size. Let's make a historical building. This one's a little pancake IHOP, so let's make that a historical. This is a way you can kind of, it's a little bit tedious, but this is, oh, general store, perfect. It's a little tedious, but this is a way that you can kind of, well, car wash, and make it so your building has more unique buildings. Sometimes the problem is when all the buildings get to level 5, they all start to look alike. So for example, here, these buildings are both level 2 and 2, and they spawned in looking the same. So what we can do, and there's another one. So because there's not as much variety in the base game and even through the DLCs, and this is where modding kind of comes into play, you can obviously get a lot more variety. But look how many red houses we have around here. So what we can do is we can change the color. So we can kind of go like, oh, there's a white one. So it's at least a little bit more unique. Over here's like I don't know, the darker color one. Oh, let's save it like that. And then here's the one that's like a little lighter. And then we can do is make those like historical buildings when they level around. So it's like a little bit of a fix, but, or you can just live with it. It's not the end of the world, but just something to note that when you see that, or like here, like look at all these that all look the same. So if I delete all of these and then plop these and let's make a lot of these historical. We'll just kind of get some variety that way. And you may not want to do this like as far as constantly, only because I think it does make those workers lose their job temporary. So you might not spam the whole city, but like do little small sections at a time like this, and then convert them over, and then that way you don't have to stress too much about the breaking a bunch of connections between buildings and workers and everything. We'll just kind of look at all of our vitals here. So our electricity, we just plopped down that electric power plant, so we're decent there. We're honestly still a little bit low. We probably could be doing better there. Water is looking pretty good. Trash is medium. It's like right on a little bit above where we want it to be. We have lots of availability for schools. We have no universities yet, so we might want to start considering putting down some kind of small university, either through the DLC or just plop one down. Actually, let's plop one down. We'll just plop down one, kind of like right in here. Let's build it. It's a nice little, not, well, we won't do the campus DLC, but we'll just plop down just a nice little university that makes it look nice, you know? We get some higher education into, yeah, this one. We have two options. We have this little guy. It's kind of a little more old style. This was a little more modern looking. Go with a little more modern one. So plop this down, and actually, I take that back. Let's move it over here. And the reason why is I want it to be near some like public transportation. So let's plop that right there near our little graveyard. And then we can also do is, it's a university, so we want some parking like right there for it. Lots of parking. And then I believe we have a stop there, but let's double check that we have a tram stop. Yeah, we have a tram stop right there. We should probably have one on the other side right at the school. There's a stop on both ways for students to get to and from the, yeah, so people are already going to the. And the other thing is, now that we have people going to higher education, we can also start putting in office buildings. So for example, all of here where we kind of have some industrial areas, we can start to sprinkle in some not high rise, but the office buildings just to start getting some office zoning going for our higher educated citizens. Just sprinkle those in, you don't have to do anything too crazy. It might also even be same kind of general ideas. We can do some high density residential right in here. Just in these little pockets. It's a nice little area by the park and by the tram system. So it's kind of a spot you might see some higher density buildings near some trams, near public transportation. Do not like that building. It's an ugly building. Once it levels up, we might need to change that. I think it'd be historical, so it looks like something else. So yeah, that will help there. So while we're looking at vitals again, trash is looking good. School is looking good now that we have school systems down for higher education. Health, how's our health looking? Death care. Ooh, our death care is really bad. We are almost full there. Cemetery usage is getting, oh sorry, that's a crematorium. We don't have that yet. So, but our our cemetery is getting a little bit high, so we'll just keep an eye on that. We could be better on childcare and elder care. Maybe we'll do some of that over here just to add some more health options. It's kind of morbid, but let's just put a graveyard next to it. Oh gosh. Ooh, a little morbid, but just something. And from there, let's see here. Oh yeah, jails are a little low. So let's maybe a school, like next to our school, kind of a little bit of a good spot for it. Have some availability. We could also even do, we have now a reason, we need capacity for jail. So maybe it's also, we're all the way out here. It's like a little prison kind of just off of this road. Oh nice, and we hit small city. Which I think that will be the last thing. We'll do one last thing with the train, I think, before we end the episode. Because I want to get some cargo exported out. But this also, I think, is one of our last big milestones. So yeah, a lot of the milestones left that we have, we're still getting quite a bit things more than I thought. But so what I was going to say, though, is we should, out here in the kind of the boonies, let's just build a road out here and then do like a little prison. I'll just put that out there. I think that's a good place. I think also there's a policy that I like to do is harsh prison sentences, was basically the prison sentences are twice as long as usual, and the harsh verdicts keep the worst felons off the street. So it just doubles the usual prison sentences, which I like. Let's do the cargo. So I was gonna say is we have all this. Our main exports for industrial are all the way out here, right? Where our factories are, our farming, our ore is, even though we have oil over here. What I want to do is have a little export area for cargo. So with our train selected, let's go to our trains, and then we have cargo, we have, do the cargo one. So what I was kind of imagining this was going to be was we have this nice train line here. We have a few different options. I was thinking we put it like right here next to our factories. So we kind of have it off. And then what I was going to do was from there, bring this kind of out and over. So really large, 27 by like 27, like this. And kind of roll it back in. Like so. So we have like that direction. And to that same vein, have something that kind of goes the other direction. I might need to move this. What's it? Fire station. We'll move that over here. I think it makes sense to bring the train down. So let's bring this road off. Okay. So with this straight right here, let's lower the ground. Like that. So now we can bypass that. And then it'll curl back in over here. And then my thinking also is this will go straight out. Even though it won't be used, we'll just kind of make it seem like it dead ends. It's kind of right over here. Something like that. Again, doesn't really make 100% sense. Just a way to make it look a little bit more active in that regard. Now I think this area is looking real nice here. We probably need to get some, let's see, where is this? Not enough buyers for products. I think what we need to do is add a few warehouses for that stuff. Kind of hold all of our goods over here. I'm gonna do a few different things. Let's first hold our, let's see here, what's this for? This would be for animal products is what we'd want to hold here. The other thing is probably plastics to get from our oil all the way over here to get them all the way across. So what's our production here? We have both petroleum and plastics. Let's also look and see what other unique factories we can build now that we have oil. So yeah, that would be oil and plastics. So we can actually do that one over here. And then over here, back where our other stuff is, we could do, what other factories do we have? That's going to require, the toy factory is going to require stuff for a lumber mill. We don't have that yet. Electronics, I think, is what we can do now. Yeah. And some of these factories are huge, so we just got to be aware of the placement of these. That's a really big boy. And is there any other ones we can do? And these are huge money makers. Once we can start to do this. Is this food? Clothing factory, okay. Let's bring it on this side so that way we don't have as much traffic flow there. People going to. I want to try to minimize. People are trying to go over to the loop here to go to there, so we want to try to minimize that traffic flow on that main road. I think this will be good for the factories that we have. So we'll just hold plastics here for that. We have glass, metal nearby. Animal products will hold. Yeah, plastics is what we need. Maybe another bigger storage unit for. I'm also thinking we make some one-way changes here on this road. So like, let's make it so that's a one-way in. So people going out over here. And let's do the same with that, going that direction out. And that goes out. Basically, people are forced to, if you want to come around, you go around this way. A lot of space out here. We should do a quick little amount of zoning over here just to get some more right in here. This is all the zoning that we put in last episode but didn't build on yet. So let's just quickly upgrade this and that'll be the final thing we do. That should help balance our residential RCI over here. Are we already low on power again? We are. Okay. I think that's the last thing we'll do then. Just put one more power plant in. And let's put it all the way out here. Maybe it'd be a good spot to do that at. Do an oil one. Actually, we can do the oil one out by the oil. So save some money there. I'll bump it up quite a bit. Fantastic. And I think that's a great place to wrap it up for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode and or the entire series of Vanilla Vista, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow city builder friends. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a moment or episode. I'm also on all the classic social media outlets like Instagram, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, etc. if you want to see further updates and even sneak peeks. All those links can be found in the description. The adventure doesn't stop here. There's so much more to explore and create in Vanilla Vista, and I'm thrilled to continue this journey with all of you. Keep your hard hats on, fellow builders. Until our next episode, happy city building, and let's keep making Vanilla Vista the ultimate masterpiece. Take care.